Compliment Shop on YouTube.
Now that we got that in, it's time to put together the transmission cross member and get ready to go under the car with it. So first thing first, I want to get this together right here. This is the part that goes like this on the transmission cross member. Hold on. Loosen that up. I had kind of got ahead of myself, you guys, working. So bingo, this is what we working with right now. These parts, this right here is gonna go under the transmission. Well, this goes to the tr6060 to the rear part. This goes under that, like so. Boom, just like this. This is gonna go like this. So basically, this is how it's gonna sit under the car and hold everything in place, just like this. Bingo, under the car. So we don't need this part just yet, but we do need to get this part right here ready. So I'm gonna put our bolt through here. But we ain't got some different hardware than what they see in the kit. These are lock nuts, so these should hold it in place super tight. Shouldn't have to worry about vibration or none of that under the car. So set this in place. Just wrench together. Well, you guys can see it. Turn around here. Oh, all right. Set this in it. Turn by hand. All right. That one bolt. Wash on. Forgot that on the first one. Take it off and put it on there. So you guys can see. So this was going on basically. So shoe right there. Get that going. Make sure we tighten them up. One side tighten down. And this side here gotta come apart real quick so I can put my wash on them. There we go. Start this by hand. There. Turn up, make sure, okay, back tighten. Now comes the fun part. Put this onto the transmission. So we done remove the transmission jack. Now you guys missed this. Because if I would have set the camera up, you wouldn't have no idea what I'm doing while I'm installing this. So I'm gonna go through this, spend maybe about 2 or 3 minutes, letting you guys know exactly what all went into getting the transmission cross member bolted into place. Now this is a BRP hot rods transmission cross member, as are my motor mounts. Those are also BRP. So those my go-to guys. Let me see. Let's start off behind. Okay. earlier I showed you guys this little black thingy right here. There you go. Well, I bolted those two in place. Now there's two other bolts. One is gonna go right here. The other one is gonna go right there. Let me see if I could get a better angle. Okay, right there. Now, when you order your kit from BRP, they give you some hex head bolts. And the reason why I didn't use the hex head bolts was because for some reason, hex head bolts seem to strip out sometimes. And I didn't want to wrestle with that. So I took those down to Bayou City Bolts and got the exact same size bolts made. And that's how I got those. Now, once I put that under there, it was time to put the transmission cross member under. Now, we're gonna go to this side so I can elaborate on that. So if you look in these holes right here, you see a screw there. You see a screw there. Well, a bolt there, and a bolt there. Now, what's going on with these is I have some lock nuts sitting above the top right here. So you push those through. You tighten these down, but this is the last part. I'm just showing you guys how all of that go. First thing you want to do is set everything in place. Set this in place, set that in place. Do the same thing on the other side, but do not bolt nothing in other than once you get everything set in place, that's when you're gonna bolt these two in. You're gonna bolt that one there and the one that's in this other hole right here. You're gonna bolt those in, leave this loose. So that way you can figure out exactly what holes you need to bolt them in. As you can see, this is adjustable as far as the transmission mount. So once you get that set in place, that's when you lower your transmission down into the belly for this center slot right here where this bolt goes. I'm about to put that in place in a second. Once you lower it down to that, you align it up with the holes on both sides. Once you do that, you push your bolt through here, put your lock nut washer on the other side. And the best way to do this is to run an impact on the outside and get you a wrench. That's what these little holes right here for. You can stick your wrench in through this hole right here, push it back with your hand, and you can hold the wrench like so right here with one hand and use the impact on these bolts. You do that on both sides, and that's pretty much all that is to it. You don't have to worry about shimming these. They come set to go with those motor mounts. So henceforth, you get the perfect pinion angle of 3. Everything spot on how we need it. So I'm about to put that bolt in there in a second, you guys. Just one simple bolt right here with a washer, bolt that down. Then we're gonna go on the inside of the car and start fabbing up the trans tunnel. Now that we got the transmission in place, it's time to make a few measurements. So the first measurement gonna be exactly how much do we have, how much room do we have from what we cut earlier all the way back to the shifter. So we'll get that measurement now. We'll go from the dead center of that all the way back to the shifter. Oh, that light putting the glare on us. So let's just say about 23.5 inches should get us pretty close. 23.5 inches from the center of that back to where our shifter sits. So let's go over here, see what we got on that. Now we out here, see what we got. Dead center. And we are way off. So let's see what we got. That ain't nowhere near what we were shooting for. But do not fret none. The Misfit has a plan. The Misfit keeps a plan. So I'm about to cut this from here all the way on over and across. That way this will go up front We just have to add a section of metal, like a 2-inch strip of metal, coming this way, boom, 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 and that should make up for some of it. Go grab my stuff, work. So, piece off from here on down on both sides. And shit, see what I come up with. So now I'm gonna take the carpet, all this insulation and stuff about to come out. Gonna have to get all that out pretty much so, but this is pretty much the fit that I'm gonna go with on this. This gonna have to get reshaped some right here to bring it over in. The other side as well, but it fits all the way up to the top up there where we wanted it at. The harness is gonna come in through this hole right here from off of the engine. Computer gonna be mounted right on top of this in this area right here. Let's see here. Yep, that's pretty much how that's gonna go. So after test fitting it, I decided I'm gonna cut this corner right here off. I don't need this 2 square because my console still gotta go in there. And this right here is gonna get bent a little bit more to fit the shape of the trans tunnel a little better. So I'm about to cut this off of here on both sides. Drill these seams out. Now I'm about to finish drilling out the rest of these little spot wheels on here. All they gotta come out. I don't need the double layer of metal like it came with from the factory. This here will be a whole lot easier to shape onto the existing transmission tunnel. So I'm about to go ahead and drill all those out. Pull that off of here. Drill out these spot wheels here. Once these are drilled out, I'm gonna cut it across the top. Go get the grinder, grind everything off so those sharp edges don't be there anymore, and go back to the car and test fit everything. So after drilling all of those out, I cut this off the top. So I'm gonna go get the grinder, grind all these edges smooth all the way up to where that seam at right there. So that'll be super duper smooth. Now we can go back inside of the car with it. So this our metal that we cut the other day. Got it positioned. I'm gonna have to work this metal right here all the way down to where the existing metal is. I still got a little more rubber to take off right here. I used the wire wheel to knock some of this off. Finna finish cleaning that up, but the front part is ready to get tacked in. I put it in 2 pieces because this shifter part gonna be a little tricky. The metal gotta sit directly on that. So this gonna be a whole nother animal, this little part right here. But it will get done within the next 2 or 3 days. But right now the main focus is getting this front part on. Once this here is on, I can concentrate on the shifter. Now it's time to get down to where it really counts. That's gonna be messing with this shifter hole. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to drill out all these little spot wheel holes right here. It's going to come off, and I don't need both ports. These first gen Camaros aren't that big, so it's going to be pretty much the same concept as how I did the front half. I'm about to cut it. I took my time with the other side and got it super duper clean. It's a lot of wiring and stuff that I didn't want to unplug too much. So all these pretty much finna go back where it belongs. But once the transmission tunnel get welded in, I'm gonna just have to move all this wiring and stuff around in the process of messing with the car. But anyway, back to what I was saying, man, this freaking gunk right here. So the other side, I fought with it, man. I tried all kind of quick ways to do it. And to be completely honest, there is no fast way to do this. This stuff gotta come off in stages. So this is the tool that I started off with. Just grinding away, getting the big chunks off. Fighting with that and fighting with that. After this stage, once you get it low like this, that's when you get your little scraper, put you a blade on it. And scrape and scrape and scrape and scrape. And scrape away at it. Now after you get to this stage, that's when I get the rotary tool. And knock it down even more. Once I get to that stage, I put the flap disc on all the metal and grind it off. Now I'm finna go through those stages that I just showed you. I don't want to hold you guys up because I'm about to be here for a while. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-o. It's time to go get some gas for the welder now. Yes, sir. Trim this little metal right here. Finna draw this line. Cut that down some. Boom. Cut a little metal off of this side right here. But most part is looking good. Just this back side right there gotta get trimmed off. Ooh. Smooth.